My name is Molly. For my presentation, I chose to make it different First Vision accounts and why it is important. I chose this from, I believe it was the beginning of the semester. It's Unit 1 from the First Vision under the different First Vision accounts section. So I believe that this doctrine falls under the supportive doctrine. I think this because it expands on the core doctrine that we already have and we know, we've learned I grew up in the church, so I've learned it as long as I can remember, and it also adds description and elaborate teaching. So having the First Vision accounts will kind of give us a bigger picture and we can picture it a little better. It has more descriptive talk of what it looked like and everything that went on, and so this helps support our core doctrine that we already base our church around, which I think is super cool. My two academic sources, they were both in the list of related articles at the end of the first unit. One is called The Appearance of the Father and the Son to Joseph Smith, and then one of them is called A Harmony of First Vision Accounts. So a harmony of First Vision accounts I thought was really cool. Basically, it takes all the First Vision accounts, since there are some differences in some of them, and it kind of blends them together and harmonizes them together. That's why it's called a harmony of First Vision accounts. And it puts them together and it makes them all kind of make sense and go in this order that relates more directly to what we get taught most often. And then The Appearance of the Father and the Son, Joseph Smith, it kind of explains a little more of what they looked like, what happened, all that, which added a bit more description and you could picture it a little better, and I thought it fit really well with the First Vision accounts. My two prophetic sources, I chose The Fruits of the First Vision by Dieter F. Uchtdorf from April 2005. This really just goes into detail about the First Vision again. And I also chose Spiritual Treasures by President Russell M. Nelson in the October 2019 conference. Spiritual Treasures kind of relates it a little more directly to our church teachings instead of a difference of First Vision accounts. It fit a little differently than everything else. I couldn't find much else, but I thought it was still some important information that it had to offer, and I thought it kind of fit and you could take away from it just as well. I actually couldn't find two Doctrine and Covenant verses, but I found part of one. It's in the Doctrine and Covenant introduction, where it basically just talks about, it says, I have it here, it says, while he was living there in the spring of 1820, when he was 14 years of age, he experienced his first vision, in which he was visited in person by God, the Eternal Father, and his Son, Jesus Christ. That's really the only thing about the First Vision I could find in the Doctrine and Covenants. I searched everywhere, couldn't find much. I might have just missed something, I'm not sure. The Joseph Smith paper site was not working when I tried to do this, so I unfortunately don't have anything for that. I wish I could have. I would have loved to take from that and really add it to what I already had here, but unfortunately I could not. My two key concepts, the first one is different points of view don't make something more right than another. So we see all these different First Vision accounts, and just because there's different accounts, it doesn't mean that one is more correct than the other, and I think we need to remember that sometimes. I think it's a good concept. And then also is that all accounts are accurate to an extent. Things get exaggerated, but overall we can take all these different accounts and piece them together to make a bigger picture and understand what really happened. I think my one takeaway from this is that seeing all the different accounts was something that was really cool and interesting to study deeper into and see all their similarities and the differences that they had. And I think a takeaway is to really do your research and ponder and pray on what you think is true and what you think is real and what you should believe in as a whole. And I think it ultimately is left up to you. And I think that was my main takeaway, was just to really search for myself for what I really thought was true and what was really important. Thank you.